Alright, I gotta go see what's going on next door. It's like peak spiderweb walking into season. So I gotta have my Spidey eyes on. Oh, who's this? See that? Spidey right there. Just gonna scoot her over to this one. Put those two together. Right, what the heck's going on? Oh my gosh, it's a giant, you guys. It's a giant slip and slide going down the hill. Well, that's awesome. I'm going back to work. A cool way to start the day. Axle just broke off the main chassis. I can't believe it. I screwed that in there with like a whole screw deep almost all the way through the bark. I don't get it. You just can't rely on anything. I mean, yeah, I can feel the screw coming out the other side. It's broken. I put too much weight on it. I'm gonna have to get another screw. So here's the brake. You can see that the chassis has come off from the axle here, so I'm gonna have to rearrange some things to get it to work again. The old screw is snapped off. I'm gonna add a couple this time. You think that'll do it? Let's grow on mushrooms. I wonder if that's edible. Am I growing food on my tools? That's a joke. People are always like, I grow these wild edibles. And then they're like, dandelion. And I'm like, dude, you don't eat dandelion. I'm sure you could. There's so many edible foods under our feet. Aren't you really saying that they're just not poisonous? Yeah, there's all these non-poisonous foods that we could put in our bodies. Yeah, that's true. You ever needed like that 0.5 micrograms of selenium that was missing in your diet? What? Out of shape. Logging too many hours at the desk, bro. Too many honey buns. Too many french fries. Look how far I got. Not far. Oh! I feel like Fat Mac in that reunion episode. Certain kind of creative mind or personality type or something that I think I am, that goes like, wow, that looks like a lot of work. Instead of doing the work, let me take some of that time and invent a way to make the work easier, and then divert all your attentions away from doing the work and doing this new thing. In my case, it's not turned out well. I haven't gone, that was a success, often enough. this thing worked out okay, maybe for like the first couple trips, but maybe I was just fooling myself that it worked out okay, and that just carrying the boards up the hill like a schlub would have been the easier method. Because right now I feel like I just killed myself to move this thing 10 yards up the hill. I think if I just carried these up the hill 2 at a time, I'd have been like, whew, that was tiring. But I wouldn't be like this. I mean, I feel sick from lifting this and pulling this and slipping in the mud. It's just dumb. Sometimes you should just do the work that's set in front of you and not try and invent a different way to make it better. Work sucks. It's supposed to. Gets rid of some of this French fry meat that I got. Yeah, I know you've been looking. But you weren't going to say anything in the comments. But it's cool. It's cool. You could tweet me some inspiration. Be like, you can do it. I lost 170 pounds or something like that. And then I'll be like, good job. Yeah, see you next time or something like that. Whew, that was tiring. Alright, I'm disassembling this whole upper standing area for the roof because it's using a lot of my roof boards. I put them up there to sort of store them away. I start building the loft today. And then once I have that loft in there, I'm gonna maybe extend these pieces, these couple of 2x supports, just temporary, and then they will be there will be enough for me to lay some boards up there so that I can work on the roof. But yeah, I think working on the loft today before the roof goes in is a good idea. I don't want to be working in those tight corners up there trying to fit boards and everything like that, so I'm just going to do it before I put the roof on. So this will be the loft. If you ever come over and sleep over at my place, you might end up sleeping up here. Oh, I'm so tired after eating so much of your your edible plants. I'm gonna lay down and go to sleep. My kids are gonna have some fun up here. I'm gonna put a nice window here on this end. There'll also be a window on that end. I can imagine how dark it would be up here if this were all closed in, and my kids would not enjoy it. But one of those son of a diddlies is gonna fall down there, bust their head and cry, and them's the breaks. I told you not to goof around up there. I said stop goofing around. Go out and pick some dandelions for dinner.